Hey guys, this is April. It is Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. It's about dinner time. It is pretty dark out, kind of cloudy right now, but not super cold. So, anyway, I wanted to come on and share something that we are doing in the month of January. And if you're around YouTube, if you're around homesteading channels, any kind of homemaking channels, you may see a pantry challenge that's going around. There are several of them, I think. But my husband and I decided that our pantry and our freezers are so well stocked that we are going to participate in this challenge. My daughter just came downstairs. So anyway, we're going to participate in this challenge, and we have a few goals throughout the month of January with this pantry challenge. And one of the first things is to use up any older items in the pantry. I am a canner, a home canner, and a lot of people will use those things up within a year. A lot of those things stay good past a year, and I'm one of those people that I use some common sense with that, and I say, okay, this item in particular, applesauce, is going to stay good for several years. Jams and jellies are going to stay good. When it comes to anything with meat in it, I don't can a whole lot of meat to begin with. I'm really cautious about that because I don't want my family to get sick. So we're going to try to use up older items in the pantry and the freezer. By doing this, we're going to make room for new items or sale items because that's how we shop. The other thing we're going to do with this pantry challenge is see what we actually use. So for instance, I have certain kinds of fruit in the pantry, and we're going to see if we actually use it. Is it worth my time to can pineapple if we're not actually eating the canned pineapple that's in the pantry? Or is it worth our time to stock canned beets if, well, my daughter's the only one who eats them, but what if a whole can goes bad? And I don't know if they sell like little cans. So we're going to see what actually works. The number one rule with your pantry is to stock what you eat. I hate beans. Ugh, I think they're nasty. I think they taste like dirt. In fact, I think dirt probably tastes better. But that's probably one reason I don't like beets either. And so I hate them. But my husband and my kids, they don't mind them. And so we keep pinto beans in the house for different things. But I'm not going to go stock up on hundreds of dollars worth of beans when I know that I'm not going to eat them. So we don't even need to go there. And then the other reason behind the pantry challenge for us is to save some money. By not having to spend as much on groceries in January, we obviously won't spend money. We'll save a lot of money on groceries. And that helps us out in January. We, for Christmas, we don't go into debt for that. And so that's not our issue, but we do have two really big bills that come out in January, and one is our water sewer line, and the other is our car insurance. And the sewer line is insurance because as a homeowner, we are responsible for the cost of that, and so to be safe, we do purchase that insurance. And so those come out in January, and this pantry challenge will help us with that. And obviously, we plan ahead. So it's not like make or break. If we don't do the pantry challenge, we're not going to have the money. We will. We are just hoping to save the money. And I think it's being responsible with the resources God has given us. So how are we doing this pantry challenge? Well, first, I went online and I printed out a basic pantry staples checklist. And her name is on there. The Purposeful Pantry, I think, is her name. The Purposeful Pantry, yeah, .com right there. And I went in and I filled it out. There are things on here we don't use. There are things on that aren't on here that we do use. And so I went in and I filled out all of that. You will notice the refrigerator and freezer is not filled out because that column didn't work for me. I on the back inventoried both of our freezers. The fridge I didn't. I just had a good idea of what we have in there. So the first thing is to take inventory. See what you have. See how much you have of everything. And then I was able to create a dinner meal idea plan for January. And there it is. So I came up with 27 different, oh, I added one, so 28 different dinner ideas, and these are all from the pantry. I also have listed our veggies. So glazed carrots came from fresh carrots in the fridge, and I used those yesterday, and they'll actually be for dinner tonight. So last night was Friday, but this week has been off because of the holidays, and so my husband had Thursday off, and so all day yesterday I thought it was Monday. So he came home, I had made dinner, and he's like, "It's pizza night." And I forgot. So every Friday since we've been married, we have had pizza night, and we were going to do French bread pizza because I'm a little burnout on all of the what are the frozen pizzas like DiGiorno and Freshetta and whatever all. So we were doing that, and so I was like, oh well, we could have this tonight. I said, no, I really want pizza, so tonight we're going to reheat that. And sorry, I got interrupted. My son came out and he didn't want to be in the video. Anyway, we're gonna have pizza, and so tonight we have the leftover stir fry, and then I used those baby carrots that were in the fridge, and I steamed them and made glazed carrots. So we're gonna have that tonight. So we did. So we have the veggies column here, and then snacks and desserts that I can make. And really, this week is the week that I'm going to start doing some of the baking and using up some of these things. I think I will mention there's another challenge. I think it's called Canuary, and that's where you can up things that you maybe stocked up over the harvest season that you didn't have time to get to, and you can that up. The only thing I really have to work on for that would be blackberries. I think I've got 3 gallon-sized bags of blackberries, and I'm going to make juice out of those. I just use blackberry juice for things, and so I'm going to do that. And so that will add more juice to the pantry, but at least it clears up all of that freezer space. I also have a ton of frozen kale. My kale plants, last year was my first year growing them, and oh my goodness, they did great. Now, I'm going to admit, I don't like the taste of kale very much, but I found a dinosaur kale, I think it is, or a red Russian. It's a red Russian kale. And it was good. I didn't mind it. And I won't eat it plain, but I did eat it in salads. And then I froze a bunch and we throw that into our smoothies. So, what else do I want to say? So we're just going to be using up a lot of the pantry. So this month, what are we going to buy? Well, we are going to buy fresh items like milk, things the kids may need for lunches. My kids are both in high school. We may need fresh greens. So actually, yesterday I found a bag of salad at Fred Meyer for $1.12. My goal is to not walk into a grocery store in January, but I had a coupon for free chocolate chips at Fred Meyer, and chocolate chips are so expensive that I was not passing that up. So yes, I did spend $6. They had some really good clearance deals, you know, the after Christmas ones, food. So they had yeast for $1, and they had some Jell-O that my daughter wanted. And if we weren't doing this low spend kind of pantry challenge thing, I would have probably gone a little more crazy. I might have bought a lot. I would have bought a lot more yeast and probably a lot more Jell-O, but I held back. So I spent $6 on that kind of stuff, and the $1.12, just a salad blend. And then my husband bought some spinach. He had to go to Winco yesterday, so I asked him to buy some fresh spinach from there because they're the cheapest place. And he bought the pot pie blend. What I will do with that bag, because I know we won't eat it all, is I will go and I will freeze a lot of that, again, for smoothies and things like that. So we'll buy fresh greens. We'll buy, you know, if we need to replace some like broccoli at one point, or milk, cheese, lunch items, those kind of things, even chips. I think we'll replace some chips if the kids need them for their lunches. So that's kind of how we're going to do this pantry challenge. And so I have some good dinners on here. The other thing I do have here with my little handy clipboard is a planner that I received from somebody in the mail, Boys Town. And I'm putting some appointments in here, but mostly, and I haven't done this yet, I wanted this so that I can take the dinners on here and I can translate them to here, because if I know what we're having, that helps my week. Now, I may not do it for the whole month. I may just go for this next week, this is what we're going to do. And for the next week, we're going to do this, and so on and so forth. And so that's how we are doing this. We haven't set an amount for our groceries, how much we want to spend. And I need to quit hitting my table because it's shaking the camera. We haven't set an amount yet. I'm hoping to see how much we can spend, but it's been interesting. It's January 3rd, and we have spent money every single day this month already, and whether it's paying bills or whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. From here on out, my goal is to not go into a grocery store except to pick up prescriptions, and maybe if there's something that we desperately need. And then my husband, he hits up Winco on his way home from work because it's on his way home. And for me, it's out of the way. So anyway, that's our plan for the month of January. We're combining this also with a low spend challenge just to see how much money we can put into savings at the end of the month, which will be really cool. But we'll see. And my husband and I will figure that out. I will probably update and let you know how the pantry challenge is going. And then at the end in February, I'll show you maybe how much we have actually used up. I should also mention that for this month, we have, we won't have to buy many toiletries. We have a lot of things like shampoo and conditioner, body wash and soap, even face cleanser, lotions, hydrogen peroxide. I use a lot of hydrogen peroxide in laundry and other things like that. So we are stocked up on all of that, and we don't have to spend money on those things this month. And in a future video, I will tell you how I've been able to build up my pantry, because I haven't always had a pantry like this. And we'll discuss that in another video. So anyway, I hope that if you're doing the pantry challenge that you share and comment, and if you're not, consider doing it. Now, word of caution, if you do not have a pantry or a food stocked up, at least 3 to 6 months of food stocked up, don't do the pantry challenge. Okay, please don't. If you're in that place, go ahead and start finding a couple of extra dollars to begin building up your pantry. There are tons of videos out there. I really probably don't have to talk about it because there are a lot of people that talk about this. But I encourage you to do the best that you can with it. And if you are doing the pantry challenge, get everybody involved. Try to make it fun. You can make a lot of things if you get creative. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.